Tech by Tips.
Hello and welcome to another Tech by Tips video. In today's video, first of all, I want to thank two donors to the channel, and these two people are Drake Lang and John Rowe. Thank you very much for your donations to the channel. They're highly appreciated. You're rock stars. Thank you for helping us stay focused on the channel, and this is really important because it motivates us to continue with the creation of these videos. Today's topic is going to be another video request that has been in the queue for a little bit, and that comes from Smith Brian W1, and this request says, Tech by Tips, any way to show a video on how to route ABS, that means audio bookshelf, through Tailscale. So we're going to be covering that specific use case, but that covers basically any application that you're hosting in the Synology NAS and then making it accessible through a private endpoint to endpoint VPN through Tailscale. So that's a request, and that's what we're going to be talking about. But first, before I go, I want to apologize because last week I did not release a video. You probably hear it in my voice still. I was supposed to go on a vacation, and turns out I ended up getting COVID. So I am still recovering from COVID, and that's the reason why I did not release a video last week. I'm sorry about that. Today, we're going to have a video, so I'm working on that. Now, let's cover really quickly what is Tailscale. Tailscale is a free, but also they have some services that you can pay. Services to connect VPN without having to do much about it, right? The personal one, which is what we're going to be using, you don't have to pay for anything. It limits you to 3 users. You can have 100 devices, and basically you have access to most of the features that they have. So not bad for personal use. It's okay. But then they have a bunch of other plans here where you have more users, and they even go like to the enterprise level for companies that want to use this. So I'm not being paid, but this is part of the request, so that's why I'm mentioning it. In my opinion, this kind of things, I wouldn't trust a third-party company to manage my VPN network, because that's what Tailscale is doing here. Basically, they're managing your VPN for you, and then your machines are basically doing a push to their servers, letting them know, here's where I'm at, this is my IP, this is how you can reach me, and then that's how they basically manage all your devices. But like I say, in these kind of things, if you don't have really anything to worry about, okay, you know, what's the worst case if they get hacked? You know, somebody grabs your photos or something like that. I guess that's not that bad. But if you have a business or something like that, then I wouldn't trust a company to be doing that. I just want to put that out very clearly from the beginning. But it works, and we're going to see how it does it. If you don't have an account, you click here where it says start connecting devices, and then it's going to take you to this page where you have to log in, and basically they do all the logging via Federation, so you have several options here. I'm going to use my Microsoft account for that, so I'll click on that, and then that'll take me to the Microsoft sign in page where I'm going to put my email, and I'm going to click on next. And then basically it logs into our Microsoft account. It asks you if you want to allow them to read your profile. In my case, I already did this, so that's why it didn't do that, and it got me straight here. But if it's your first time, it's going to also ask you a few questions and stuff. You can skip it, which is what I did, and then you get to this section here. But as you can see, there's my email here that I used, and that's my account. I currently don't have anything here, and it lets me know that I can add services here. So that's what we're going to be doing. The first thing we're going to be doing here is we need to add our NAS to this Tailscale network that we're going to be building in here. So for that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into our NAS. In the NAS, for the sake of this video, I have created another instance of audio bookshelf so we can test with that. So we're going to go into the package center. In here, we're going to go to the all packages, and we're going to look for Tailscale, and then we're going to click here, and we're going to click on install, and we're going to wait for it to download and install the application. And once we see that it's running, then we can click on open. It's going to open another window here, and on this tab we can click on re-authenticate, and then that should trigger a pop-up. There we go. That's takes us to the login for Tailscale, and basically already knows that we have our account because I'm logged into the account here. So we just say connect, and then when we do that, it says the login was successful, the NAS was added to my account. So if I go here, we see that I have a NAS in here now, but we have a problem here. This is set up in a way that it changes the the keys that he used to connect. So if you see, my NAS is not seen anymore for some reason. So I need to disable the key expiry so that it, the NAS always uses the same keys, and then we can try again to see if we can keep seeing that it is green instead of gray like that. So let's exit out of here. Let's go back in here. Let's click open. You see that now we need to re-authenticate, and then we do that. And as you can see now, it says login successful, the NAS was added, and now we see connected with a green icon. That means that the NAS is accessible through the Tailscale network that we're building here. So that's fine. That means that if I have a device that is connected here, then I should be able to reach this other device from it. But the problem is I don't have any other device. So we need to add another device. We have several options. For example, if we want to use a cell phone, I'm going to show you how to install the Tailscale application on an iOS device, and then we add it to this network, and then from that device we can reach this NAS wherever we are without having to do port forwarding and exposing VPN that we control. So that if you want to go the easy way, this will be the way to go. So let's go ahead and do that in our cell phone. Alright, so I am in my phone, and I go into the App Store, and in the App Store I look for Tailscale, and then I'll see that application here that says Tailscale Mesh VPN based on WireGuard, and I download that. It downloads it to my phone, so I have it now here in my home screen. I can click on the application, and then it's going to tell me get started, so I click there. Tells me about the privacy, that they need to collect some information to provide the service, but that all the information is encrypted from the end to the end, and that makes sense. If it's a VPN, it should be encrypted. Then I understand that, and then allow notifications, and then add the VPN configuration. You need to add a VPN configuration to your phone so that your phone can connect to their VPN service. So install, allow. It's going to take you to the profiles. You need to put your password here, and then it's going to set it up, and you say continue, and now it brings you to the login window in Tailscale. So now you go, in my case I'm going to go to Microsoft like I did before, and then in here I'm going to type my email account, and then next, and then that is going to connect my device. So I connect here, and now once it is connected, we'll see that it tells me I am connecting to the Tailscale VPN, and now I can see both devices are accessible. My phone is there and the NAS is there. So I should be able to just go here and copy, for example, the DNS entry that they create for us, and then I should be able to go into my browser, and in my browser I open a new window, and in that window I type that DNS entry, and then I put the port that I specified for Audio Bookshelf, which in my case is 8077, and when I do that, immediately the application is loaded. This application has not been set up, so that's why I see the initial server setup page, but as you can see, it was able to get me to the application that is running in my NAS from the Tailscale VPN. So that's a very easy way for you to access your Synology hosted apps at home. You can access them from outside using the point-to-point VPN provided for free by Tailscale. So this is a very short video, very straightforward. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, because that is very important. That helps us grow. And you should have noticed that there was no ad in my video, and that is on purpose because I'm not monetizing the channel, but that also means that all the effort that I put into making these videos returns zero money for me. So if you like the content, feel free to donate in the link in the description below, or using Bitcoin if you prefer. There's also a Bitcoin wallet address there. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one.